Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the E-Lounge where evolved women help to evolve women. I am Alana Allen. I am your Make Money, Manage Money, Look Good, Feel Good coach. Today we are at the Richmond Great House, a historic landmark right here on Eastern Tobago. Today our guest is a young woman who would have successfully turned crisis into opportunity. What did she do? Let's welcome Miss Candice Hughes Bengochea as she tells us her story. Hi, Candice! It's such a pleasure to have you here in Tobago at the Richmond Great House. And after listening to your story, I think it's only fitting that we let the public know about your experience.
Alana, it is such an amazing journey being here at the Richmond's Great House. Such a gorgeous view.
Yes, it is.
On a beautiful day. It's absolutely amazing to be here at the E-Lounge. I'm Candice Hughes Bengochea, as we said before. And my story really speaks to how necessity becomes the mother of invention.
Oh, I love it.
In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic hit. And no one and no country was left unscathed, myself included. I became unemployed overnight from what I was doing previously, and that really gave birth to Exquisite Liquors. So here I am today, ready to tell you about my journey and my experience, and for you to experience some exquisite liquors.
Oh my God, well, we are in the backyard of the Richmond Great House, and Candice would have developed a drink, the backyard rum punch.
That's right.
So we are going to test it out because the E-Lounge can't be the E-Lounge unless we are sipping and chatting. So join us as we experience her exquisite cocktail. Pronounce your name for me.
It's Candice Hughes Bengochea.
Bengochea. I just love, oh my God, your name is very exotic. What is it? Is it French? It's Spanish. Wow. So tell us a bit more about the backyard rum punch.
Well, firstly, the name Backyard Rum Punch. I felt that I wanted to relate with the times that we are in. We are going to be in the backyard for a little while.
Oh boy.
And I thought it would be necessary to create something that goes along with that theme and that people can relate to and that we can enjoy in the backyard. As you can see, the label is very colorful. It represents who we are as a people. We are diasporic kind of people from different parts of the world, come here in this cosmopolitan country, and I think this represents exactly who we are.
Listen, from the moment I saw the labeling, and let me just bring it forward. Like, when I saw this label, it made me want to purchase your drink.
Yes.
And after having sampled it, it is amazing. It really represents a melange. It really is a melange or explosion in your mouth. It really, I love it.
Thank you.
I totally love it. Now, my thing is, you said that you would have, suddenly become unemployed.
Correct.
And then you transitioned into doing this.
Yes.
But is this something that you would have been doing a while? How did this come about?
Well, within my family, I am the juice queen.
Oh.
I am famous for my orange juice. Every family lime event we have, Candice has to bring the juice. So I've always been into beverages in that way. But to get into alcoholic beverages, this is my first time. And so with my idea of what I think people would want, people would relate to, I obviously need to reach out for some assistance, for some mixology assistance in terms of balancing those flavors to make sure that I get that right blend. Because I might have an idea in my mind, but it may not work so well when I do the mixture. And so, wherever you can't find your expertise lying, you reach out and get that help.
But my question is, what was the turning point for you? Because, I mean, did you go through that whole phase of being depressed? I mean, it's not easy to know that a stable form of income would have just suddenly be pulled up from underneath your foot.
Yes.
So my question is, was it an easy transition? I mean, you could have gone in you could have just been home moping. You could have probably capitalized on some other strength that you have. But how is it that you decided this is what I'm going to do?
Well, for the last 12 years, I worked in the tour and destination management industry. I would have groups of students who would come from the US. They would come to Trinidad and Tobago, and I will do all of their destination management. We would even come to Tobago for a week. We'd stay in Charlottesville in that lovely fishing village and really experience Caribbean culture and society. And so when the pandemic hit in March of last year, the borders were closing. The students had to return. They did not come this year. I don't even know if they're going to come in 2022. And so I really had to become creative and innovative to survive. I'm a single mother of 2. And as I said before, necessity.
Breeds invention. Listen, I am not going to forget that. It breeds invention. But did you start off with this drink?
No, this is my second drink.
Ooh, so tell us.
In October, when I realized, wow, this COVID is not going anywhere, my back is against the wall. All of your savings just dried up in that 6-month period of paying bills without anything coming. And really and truly, the first thing I decided to do is to apply for work. I have a master's in cultural studies. I'm now finishing up my thesis and a master's of management studies. So you think, let me apply for work. I'm going to go out into the world of work. Nothing. No interviews, nothing. And you say, wow. Going to school and getting an education is not only about seeking employment, but it's also creating employment.
I love that.
And I decided I am going to venture out on my own and do this. I started off with a sorrel liquor because sorrel is synonymous with Christmas.
Amen.
You can't have Christmas without
sorrel, right?
And so I did a sorrel liquor, which was quite successful and received a lot by the population. Why? People relate to sorrel, everybody loves sorrel, and it was a twist on what we already know. You add that alcohol, you have that spices and that blend, but sorrel is also seasonal. And so after the sorrel season wrapped up, I decided, what's next? The backyard rum punch. Why a rum punch, you would ask? Everybody knows about a rum punch in the Caribbean, even the diaspora and abroad, they know what a rum punch is. Because of our plantation economy, and it's quite fitting that we are here on an old plantation, old sugarcane plantation. Because of that, we know about sugar, we know about rum.
Amen.
But I have a modern twist here. Usually rum punch is made with lime. Here I've added...
Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can... I'm definitely tasting the lime.
Yes, the lime is there.
I'm getting a little hint of bitters.
Yes.
Tell me what else. What else is there?
I decided to add some fruit flavors. Those fruit flavors balance off that acidity of the lime that a lot of people may not want.
Listen, you're sounding like a serious juice queen. A serious juice queen. And listen, it's almost addictive because it really does taste like juice going down, and it's only long after you get that hint of alcohol. So I can see myself going through this in literally half an hour.
It's dangerous.
And imagine just having good in your backyard liming, having good friends, good music, and you have your backyard rum punch. Yes.
Your backyard.
Yes, I love it.
For any lime family gathering, you have a game night, you have a backyard lime, a barbecue, you need to have your backyard rum punch with that. And that twist and that difference that has been added, you know, even the older generation, they come and they taste it and they say, I know about rum punch. I just make my own rum punch. I said, you need to try mine. And when they taste it, they're like, wow. This is phenomenal. It really is different because those fruit flavors also blend in well with the alcohol. And so you don't get that burn going all the way down. It's a smooth blend.
You know, when I look at, just looking at, you know, your packaging, even the taste of the rum punch, and even just listening to you and your bubbly personality, this really captures who you are, right? It captures your background in cultural studies. It captures your experience in terms of dealing with persons in and out of Trinidad and Tobago, that cross-border relationship. It really encapsulates who you are, right? Now, my question is, coming up as a child, did you ever see yourself running your own business?
I absolutely did not. No way. You know, when I look back on my life as a child, I grew up in Sangre Grande, which is a rural town in eastern Trinidad. Humble beginnings. You know, my mom, my siblings, my stepdad, we had animals, goats, chickens, rabbits. My mother was into horticulturalism as well, doing her own plants. When I look back, my mother was an entrepreneur, and I don't even know if she knew that at that point in time. She didn't establish her own business and all of that, but she did so many different things that from a young age, she taught me and my siblings, one, education, the key importance to social mobility and survival, and independence, and having multiple streams of income. Although employed with the government service, she would have done many things on the side, even doing preservatives, drinks, sewing clothes for people around in the community, rearing of animals, the plants. She did so much. She was a multitasker and she was an entrepreneur. I don't even think she realized.
Oh my God. And you know, now knowing even more of your background, I can see how this would have been so easy, you know, for you to just say, yo, I got no job. My mother taught me better than this. Candice, go and survive.
Go and survive.
And you stuck to what you knew.
That's right.
And you created a version of you in a glass, in a bottle, right? In a bottle, right? And I'm going to repeat it. What do you say?
Necessity is the mother of invention.
I love it.
And being a mother myself, I am a mother of two. That is also a big motivator for me as well. When you have your children, you look at them, you see them, you have to be strong. You have to be strong for them. You know, you have to, I can't just give up. Even though I lost my job, my back was against the wall, it was very, very challenging. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, it was easy, I just got up the next morning and I decided, oh, I'm just going to make drinks. No, it was very, very challenging. And you know, I lay in my bed and I said, Lord, my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But you hold on to that faith and you know that God will make a way. God has been the center of everything that I have done and continues to be that. And having my children wanting to leave a legacy for them motivates me to continue. Even at the times when I don't want to continue, when I want to give up, when I want to lay in my bed and say, I can't go on, I am motivated to push forward.
So let me ask you this. So, where you came from, to where you're at now, right? That's been a whirlwind. That's really fast pace of time, and I could only imagine a very steep learning curve as well. What skills did you have to learn to become to be where you're at right now?
I never saw myself as a producer of liquors before, or owning and running my own company. How to do production, how to mass produce, how to market and get yourself out there. I've been involved in theater and the arts all of my life. Have my little stint on Westwood Park and all of that.
Hold on. Did she say Westwood Park? What character did you play?
So I was Isis on Westwood Park, a young woman on the streets, and I was brought off of the streets by Princess Maya, who acted that role. And they took me off the streets, but they didn't take the street out of me.
Oh my God.
My character evolved in many different ways. So I was never one to be shy. You know, I've been in public speaking all of my life. So to meet people, to speak to people, that was never something that I ran from.
Well, you're definitely an excellent ambassador for your brand. And of course, who else could sell your product
better than
yourself?
Right.
And the reason why I'm going to bring that up is because when we initially spoke, you were just so amazing and inspiring. Us like, she has to come on the show. She needs to join the e-launch, right? Because you hardly ever see entrepreneurs, they will go through the pain of creating that product, you know, having to learn different skills and stuff like that. But when it comes to selling their product, marketing their product, they hide in the background, and they leave it for someone else to do. And what they realize is it's not getting the kind of traction that it needs, because you have to be able to stand behind your brand, right? And I think with you behind this brand, I could see backyard jam being in every backyard.
Backyard rum punch.
Rum punch, sorry. Backyard jam, rum punch in every backyard within Trinidad and Tobago, and dare I say the Caribbean and the world. Yes.
It's right what you said in terms of not everybody can market, and you are the best marketer for your brand. You know your product inside out. You made it, you created it, and you have that story to tell. And so for young entrepreneurs who are coming up, don't shy away from that opportunity to speak to someone, to speak about your product and your brand. Stand behind it, because when people see that passion from you, they believe your brand, they trust your brand, and they're willing to make a purchase.
But was it difficult getting out of the employee mentality into the entrepreneur mentality or the entrepreneurial mindset, because it's two totally different sets of skills?
When you have a salary that is coming in, small as it may be, you have that reassurance every month. You know, be it on the 26th, be it on the 31st, whatever date, that money is coming in. When you now have to become an entrepreneur, it all depends on you. There are pluses to that. You don't have a boss. You are your own boss. You set your schedule. If you want to sleep till noon, or if you want to wake up at 5, you can set your own schedule. And every success that you make comes right back to you. That's great. However, that mindset that you speak of really needs a shift. And sometimes it's challenging, because you just want to sit back in the frame of, well, I just got to go to work. If I sell today, I sell. If I don't, I don't. You can't do that as an entrepreneur. You are on the hustle. You have to develop that hustle mentality in order to survive, because there is always going to be competition in any industry that you're in. People who have been doing it for a long time, you learn from them. You learn from them. You will always have critics. You learn from your critics as well. When you see on social media someone says this or someone says the other, don't look at it as, oh my gosh, they don't like me, what am I going to do? But use it to propel yourself further and to improve your product. Service is important and key for all small businesses. Although you're small, it doesn't mean you have to be substandard.
And that is the difference between the businesses that survive and the ones that do not. So you are the marketer, you are the production specialist.
That's right. Sales
cook. How do you do it all?
You have to find ways.
Hold on, and you're a single mother as well.
I am.
You
have to find ways to balance, that work-life balance. And that was my thesis, is on work-life balance in my management studies. It is very, very important. You have to take time for yourself. If your cup isn't full, Alana, you can't fill someone else's.
So what's your self-care routine like?
Well, you see the nails, number one. Head to the pedicurist, get the toes done, the feet soaked. You have to take time for yourself in the midst of it all. You have to see about that. Once you feel good about you, your confidence goes up.
Hello, feel good, look good.
Look good.
Remember
That's
that.
right.
But my thing is, who is your support system?
My daughter is 19. She's now finishing up upper level, A-levels. And she is a huge support in my life. My family, my best friend, she's not even physically in Trinidad and Tobago, she's abroad. But the support that she gives me in all of my marketing, my social media campaign, it is immense. My family has really stood behind me all throughout my life, but ever more at this point when I needed them the most. My sister, my brother, my extended family as well, they really support my venture. They help me promote, they share my posts. And when we say support, a lot of times people feel support is only a financial support. And yes, all entrepreneurs want that financial. We want you to purchase. But support can come in many ways. You can share a post. You can like someone's thing on Facebook, because that propels their post to your followers and family and friends, who might then like it to then make a purchase. So support comes from all facets. And I'm very, very grateful to have that support system.
Lovely. So what's the toughest moment in this journey thus far?
The toughest moment so far is facing criticism. sometimes it comes from the most unexpected places, and that's real talk. Sometimes it comes from your closest, and it hurts and cuts real deep. That has been tough, and I really had to kind of pull back, reevaluate, take a day or two and kind of detox, breathe, and come again. Because you're always going to face challenges. After this one, there's going to be another. If you give up at your first obstacle, you're never going to reach your truest potential. So if I gave up then, I wouldn't be sitting here with you in this lovely backyard of the Great House, looking over the Atlantic Ocean.
Amen.
I wouldn't be here at Evolve. I wouldn't be evolving if I give up. And it's a process. And that's why I love when you say evolved woman helping other women evolve, because it's a continuous process.
And I just feel as your story, is truly an inspiration for women who are in the same position that you're in right now. It really gives you that motivation to push through,
Yes.
to start something.
Yes.
Because for me, everybody has a little something in them. I remember a prominent entrepreneur saying that you can monetize anything. Right? Even your voice.
That's true.
I can monetize my voice.
That's
you can
true.
monetize
Yes.
anything.
Yeah.
Right? It all comes down to how you sell that
right.
product.
That's right.
Once there is a need or a gap in the market, you find that opportunity and you capitalize on it.
Absolutely.
You realize that the limes came out of the bars and into the backyard. So she made backyard jam rum punch. Hello? That is a true entrepreneur.
Backyard rum punch. Exquisite is my brand.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so I am propelled to provide exquisite service, exquisite products in an exquisite package.
So coming out of COVID-19 and realizing that your emergency fund would have been used up, I know that would have taught you a really big lesson.
Yeah.
What is the best financial advice you've had since starting this venture here in terms of managing your finances?
You need to have money management skills. Every entrepreneur, even the small ones, a lot of times you see money coming in cash from sales and you think, oh, business making money.
I'm rich.
I'm profitable. Are you really? It's until you do your books, until you sit down and you write down everything, down to the bag that you're giving customers the product in is a cost. Down to the cup that you're giving them to taste it in is a cost. Your time is a cost. Your transport to get to the ventures are cost. You have to tally all of that and really work out, is this business profitable? Money management is critical. That is the biggest. So if you are not good with money, get someone on your team who is, to help and guide you. Another thing is marketing. Marketing is critical. You need to get on that social media. A lot of local entrepreneurs make fantastic products, but they remain just as that, fantastic products. They're not marketed properly. They're not using these strategies. And a lot of people, I'm not onto social media.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I'm with that.
Here's the
That's
thing.
where it's at.
You could have a good product, but if nobody buys it,
Correct.
right, that and nothing is the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So you really do have to get out there.
Yes.
I would totally agree with you in terms of money management.
Yes.
And it translates from knowing how to manage your personal finances, because if you are having challenges there, it's going to be very difficult and translate into the running of your business.
Yes, your habits are going to carry over.
Yes, and this is just like an educational
tidbit
that I'm going to push in here. Most businesses fail within the first 3 years.
Yes.
And one of the major causes of that is lack of financial management. So you really touched a key point there, is to really encourage you guys, get the training, get the management skills, and that is why Evolve is all about financial education as well, because it's really key,
to your success.
Exactly. And talking about success, how do you define success?
Success for me is not only financial. Success for me begins with health, being successful in your health, being healthy. Because as I said before, you can't help others if you're not healthy your own self. Success is also having a good family life. That's very important to me. being able to spend time with my children, show them the world, and to teach them how to be independent as my mother did. Having multiple streams of income. So having that financial stability is part of that success, but it isn't the only pillar there.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, what's next for you, Candice?
Oh my goodness!
Are we expecting a drink number 3?
Drink number 3 is on its way. I'm currently working on a cocktail. It's up and coming, and I cannot wait to launch very, very near future. I'm working on that as we speak.
If we needed to find you, where can persons access your products?
In the backyard.
we need to in the backyard.
So my drinks are available nationwide. In Trinidad, I'm working on a shelf right now in Tobago, but it's on the shelf at Extra Foods. You can also find me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Exquisite Liquors, on Instagram, exquisiteliquors.lmt. So you can find me on social media because I do delivery. I'm here in Tobago doing deliveries as well because I have my Tobago posse. And so you can find me at those various avenues. I also visit a number of markets in Trinidad and Tobago, like the Up Market, the South Market, and any other venture that I see available to me to expand my brand awareness. So right now I'm working on that, working on brand awareness. I want people to taste my product. I want them to understand who I am, what my brand is about, and purchase.
Right, so guys, if you want to get access to Candice's product, please support her venture. We just tasted it and it is an excellent, excellent product. Candice, thank you so much for coming all the way to beautiful Tobago. Right here in the backyard of the Richmond Great House. I am Alana Allen. I am your Make Money, Manage Money, Look Good, Feel Good coach. And today we're with Candice Hughes Bengochea.
Right. You got it right. You got it right.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode of the E-Launch, and we will see you next time.